How does pricing and service affect your merchant residual portfolio?
Hugely, hugely.
Yeah, a lot of salespeople don't think about it. They're out in the field, they just want to get a yes.
Sell, get the contract, move on to the next one.
Sure. So talk about pricing, Patty. What's the deal with pricing? Why do we need to think about how we're pricing the merchant if we're considering building this asset of a residual portfolio?
Well, I think a lot of people go in and they want to get make a quick buck, right?
Right.
Let's just price it at,
Get them to say yes.
Get them to say yes, give them whatever rate possible. And then what happens is the merchant gets ticked off.
Right.
Maybe the service isn't as great as you promised him.
Right.
Maybe it's a it's a processor issue.
Right.
Maybe
right.
they're not giving him his money as quickly as he wants.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're just giving him a terminal and you're not really giving him any value-added service.
Right. And here he's actually wanting a full-feature POS system, and you just dropped the VX520 in there.
Exactly, right?
Right.
And so when you do that, it's really easy for the next agent to just walk in and say, hey, I can do this for you.
Right.
And then he's
you
going to
lose
say,
that account.
Okay, fine, I'll sign on yours. So then you lose that account. And I think a lot of agents don't really pay that close attention to attrition.
No. And what they don't realize is that attrition, because they're so focused on the upfront money,
right?
They want to get that $200 or $300 or whatever it is for signing the contract.
Right.
But then what they don't realize is that the residual, this merchant's making them $50 a month. And so that is worth maybe $1,000 in a buyout.
Yeah.
And so when that person cancels, you just lost $1,000.
Right. And
you don't even call them. You don't even follow up.
Right.
Right. And so, I think, and so it's like the service, which is what we're just talking about.
Right.
And even the pricing, though, a lot of these agents I talk to, they'll price them at, 5 basis points and 3 cents.
Yeah.
Because they want to get a yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you just lost another $1,000 in buyout because you didn't put the margin in there.
Right.
So you want to be competitive with your pricing for sure to keep people.
You want to be competitive.
It's a balance.
Right. There's a real delicate balance, and I think the other thing you got to remember, and you and I have talked about this in the past, there's always going to be business failures.
Right.
Okay. So
of course
that's built-in attrition.
Right.
Okay.
You can't do anything about that.
You can't do anything about that. But I've seen guys with portfolios with 20, 30. 40% attrition. What's the industry rate like?
23%, 24%. Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
Right.
In any other service business.
Of course.
That would be
you don't want to lose a
unacceptable.
quarter of your clients every single year. That's a little high.
And the point to remember is that so let's say you have sell 7 or 8 merchants, a month for 2 years. Well, after some attrition, you're going to have 200 accounts thereabouts. Okay, the average merchant's going to be doing maybe $12,000 a month in volume.
Right.
That's a portfolio that's about $2.4 million.
Yeah. In volume. Right. Those merchants are going to be processing about $2.4 million in total volume.
Right. Okay, so suppose you're pricing your merchants at an average of 5 basis point markup, right? And you're getting a 50% residual split.
Right.
That means the portfolio is generating about $1,200 a month. Right. And you're getting maybe 600 of that in your residual split.
Right.
Well, think about that. The buyout might be worth $5,000 if you're lucky.
Right.
That's not that great.
And you built that for all that time, and you get a $5,000 payout.
Right. Whereas, let's say you did something with 15 basis points instead of 5. Right. Your buyout's going to be worth $30,000 or something like that, right? I mean, I'm doing the math real quick in my head.
Yeah. It's crazy too, and and by the way too, a lot of the stuff Patty and I are going over right now, we outlined for you in our new guide that came out. So you definitely want to go to ccsalespro.com/buyout. We have the guide to selling your merchant residual portfolio.
An excellent resource.
A definitive guide. It really covers everything, and so a lot of the examples we give in there tell you, because it's like, keep in mind, the lower the margin, the lower the amount of residual, the lower the multiple you're going to get.
Right.
If you have a portfolio doing $10,000 a month, you're going to get a much better, not only a higher price, but a better multiple.
The multiple
than $1,000 a month.
Right, and the multiple is what's important.
Right.
I mean.
So I think the key takeaway is pricing and service. You really have to think about it. It's not just about getting a yes. It's getting a yes at a competitive price.
Right.
Not so low that you're not making any money, not so high that people are going to cancel.
Right.
And then you got to give them the service that they expect.
And the technology that will help them to grow their business. Because
only
by helping them grow their business will you grow yours.
Absolutely. Good stuff.
Yeah, so ccsalespro.com/buyout.
Awesome. Check it out.